Hey traders, checking into the stock market today. So FOMC reaction started bullish, ended bearish. Are our daily lower highs set? Are we heading lower? Let's look at retracement sizes to determine probabilities. All right, so we had overnight a fake out from MSFT. So Microsoft earnings, when I did the video yesterday, was bearish and the entire broader market was heading down towards our support, and we held support. So we have our low, high, higher low, lower high, higher low, bull break, and no follow through. So I can look at it as a 4-hour trend change with no follow through. What does that mean? A trend change with no follow through means zoom out and scout a flag. So in this instance, it's a potential daily bear flag. We pull out our retracement tool, we look at where we're coming from on the recent high, and we can see that the bounce retracement was about 45%. That's the gray zone. As far as 50% plus, you scout a higher low when you pull back. 38% and lower, it's a bear flag. So it's a gray zone where it's not entirely clear. And that's because some of our sectors bounced more significantly and some sectors bounced less significantly. So SPY is right in the middle of the road. So can we drop down to a lower low from here? Yes, it can always go lower than you think. So prepare for that as one of your game plans. That being said, if we were to drop to lower lows from here, the daily RSI would be approaching the teens, and I would still be very interested in bounces. One great thing about the volatility that we've seen in this market is that everybody's eating. The bears are eating, the bulls are eating. Obviously, on the daily time frame, the bears are eating more significantly, but there is significant bull opportunity in there as well. As long as you are protecting trades and placing stops, bulls had an opportunity today, and then bears took over into the end of the day. So I will keep playing oversold bounces. I will keep scouting bearish entries on hourly lower highs. But as far as is our daily lower high set, it sure looks like it. This is SPY now. But we need to break the low of today tomorrow. If we get an inside bar tomorrow, Friday's going to be a big day. Because that would determine, yes, our daily lower high is set on an inside bar bear break, or no, it is not on an inside bar bull break. If we get an inside bar. If not, if we just break 428.86, daily lower high is set, and we're looking right back at our feared low, 420.76. NASDAQ is the same deal, and it was weaker. We do our retracement size here, and the bounce was just about 382. So yes, it's absolutely a possible bear flag. The 4-hour confirmed a trend change with zero follow through. Technically, it's still a 4-hour uptrend. The bulls can save things here like they saved things last night, thanks to Microsoft definitely giving a boost, but the burden of proof is on the bulls. The bears on the daily time frame are still very comfortable. And we look at QQQ. Daily bear flag absolutely on the table. But again, if we drop down and break our fear low of 334.15, at that point, the daily RSI is going to be one of the most extreme levels that it's been in the last few years. And we just look back historically. We've done this before, but I love historical RSI levels. They just help me with which direction I want to be looking at any given point in time. And I can see we've bounced from 26, 22. We had this 2015. Was that a real candle? What in the world happened in 2015? That doesn't even stick in my memory. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back. Where was I in 2015? We had just started the chart, guys. 1 month prior. Anyways, if we drop down and break to a lower low, that daily RSI will be at 5-year historical lows that have given good bounces. I would love to see a bear break with a lack of follow through. A bear flag confirming with a lack of follow through would again have me looking for a bounce. And again, you could say, why aren't you looking bearish? You could be making more money bearish to the downside. My edge is a bullish trader playing bounces. I can make money playing bearish. I'm up on the month, but I make my money playing bounces, and we will bounce on the way down plenty of times, even if we're in a bear market. Again, the cryptocurrency space in 2018, this is what the weekly chart looked like. And I was making money playing bounces this entire time, only playing bullish, because in Coinbase, you can only play bullish, and it works for me. So that is my style. And again, the way that I did it this past bounce with the biotech sector, tried to position for bounces multiple days before the bottom was in. Tried here, essentially I would get a day maker, I would get a day loser, 2-day maker, 2-day loser. I was just puttering around sideways. And then once I got the bounce, I got a 3-week maker. So I just patiently wait for the bounces. And that's how I trade this current market environment, and it's working. So I'm going to keep doing that. That doesn't mean it's for everybody. There's definitely bears that are having a great time as well. SMH is a daily bear flag. Again, do the retracement. It's a potential bear flag. If we break the low of today, tomorrow, the probabilities of a bear flag will increase. And then it will be all about 257.24 daily support from there. Tesla earnings reaction is non-eventful. Very similar to Microsoft. Bearish reaction and now a recovery. I'm sure the conference call is going on at this point to help with that, but uneventful earnings. So we're trading right where we closed right now. So could this be a daily bear flag? Yes, that's possible. If we break the low of 906, daily lower high is set, and we're looking back at our fresh fear low of 851. So the lows of today, tomorrow are going to be key to help us determine are our daily lower highs set. Healthcare, absolutely a bear flag, very weak bounce. The only way these bear flags are going to be negated is by breaking the highs of today. And that would be a big sigh of relief for the bulls if they can pull that off. Financial sector is not a bear flag. Yes, we can drop down to a lower low, but we would need notable bear volume to do it. To do that, why? Look at the retracement, right up to about 50%. So we'll be scouting for the financial sector. If we drop down and break the low of today, up 38.11, we'll scout a daily higher low, anything above 36.82. It was definitely our lead bouncer the past 2 days in the financial sector. IWM is very weak, already broke the low of yesterday. Nobody that we looked at has already done that. So IWM broke that low, and we're just looking right back at that fear low, 191.23. The daily RSI cooled off. We were at extremes, and just a couple little green days, not significant, has cooled it off, and it opens the door for another leg down. When I say cooling off, whether it's overbought and then pulling back, whether it's oversold and bouncing, that's what I mean by cooling off. Going from outside this range to back inside. So here it was cooling off on a pullback, and here it's cooling off on a bounce. Going from extremes back to the norm. So if we're going to drop to lower lows, IWM is probably going to do it first. So we can be looking there for clues. And we can look at all of our growth names. ARKK, that's a weak bounce. That's a potential daily bear flag. So PLTR, who else we got? Yep, weak bounce. RSI level still absolutely crushed on some of these names. So these recent lows are going to be very key. Bulls are looking to potentially bottom fish. Next couple days are going to get interesting. Biotech sector, very nice bounce follow through, but closing at the low of the day, rejecting from daily EMA 12 and a potential daily bear flag. If we break the low today, tomorrow, we look down at the low of 85.31. So I swung the position overnight. I exited half pre-market, and I exited the rest this morning when we failed to break 93.11 first thing. I then attempted a re-entry for a bull entry, and it was a great entry. I was live streaming and was highlighting why I was playing off of 92. High of the day, that was great. It was a position size where I said, I'm just going to let it run. If this daily bounce continues, it'll be a big win. If we drop back down, I'll stop out break even. And I stopped out break even right before the move that I was looking for took place. But I did still benefit. I did still trade a little bit of the way up. So it wasn't a total loss, but then we rolled over, and glad I sold where I see where we ended up at the end of the day. So after a 14.5 day maker, I gave back a day maker yesterday, and then today I had a 2-day maker trading the biotech sector. Did a little bit of flipping of SQQQ and LABU on the end of the day after the FOMC reaction, but just little half-day makers, nothing notable. And again, just looking for a little step forward every day, just a little bit of green, and waiting for my opportunities. Again, I am very certain that the market will have a significant bounce at some point once fear subsides. Maybe that's just a bounce to look for a weekly lower high. That can absolutely be the case, but I plan on making another few week maker next time we do get a bounce that has some notable follow through. So biotech sector, daily, potential bear flag, recent low will be back in play. So CMPS entered this trade yesterday, 1540. I sold half this morning pre-market at 16. My break even is now 14.80. Why did I do that? Because that means I can put my stop under the low of yesterday, risk-free. It looks like I'm going to stop out. And that's how I play these oversold bounces. Prolonged downtrend. I try and position myself in a risk-free position where if I don't stop out, I nail a long-term cycle low. And even if it's not a large position because I sell partial position to be able to go break even, you know, if this is just a weekly bounce, that's a potential 35% bounce to potentially even just be a bear flag. And again, that's the style of trading. Counter momentum, absolutely. But that's what worked for me to give me the biggest swing trade I had in crypto in 2021, which was playing this oversold bounce, selling partial, sticking my stop under the low, and letting a swing position ride all the way up. I didn't sell the top, but I sold a bounce once I realized, uh-oh, top's in. But on a chart that's that beat up like CMPS, that's the way that I'm going to play it. I'm not going for big wins on short-term bounces. I'm looking to position myself risk-free, trying for longer-term bounces, bigger picture moves. Gold, there's our rising wedge. So again, nothing makes me more uncomfortable about a trade that I'm in when everybody is in that same trade and looking in the same direction. And everybody has been so bullish metals, granted, for good reason. I mean, bullish, the metals have made nice bull moves over the last couple of weeks. They changed the weekly trend, they changed the daily trend. But recognizing this 4-hour rising wedge, which has now broken bearish, and watching for the possible setup of a 2-week lower high, which may mean we just equilibrium within this range. Bears will still have to follow through here. We will still have to confirm a 4-hour downtrend with a lower high and lower low. But if we do, we're watching for the potential of a 2-week lower high to remain within this tightening range, potentially for another month. So perhaps a false start for the bulls. We'll have to see. We lost the daily uptrend. Again, if we're going to be sure that that's a 2-week lower high, really we would need a daily lower high and lower low. Silver, didn't look at silver. Daily consolidation, dropping to lower lows. We're creating space for a daily lower high to be the result of this bounce. So if we confirm a daily downtrend, 2-week lower high set, continued tightening range. That's a possibility as the dollar remains strong. The dollar is attempting this bull flag. Remember what I said before this gold and silver move really got going? I said, I'm not really interested here. I'm going to stick to the sidelines. The volatility is not ideal when there's so much other volatility out there, but the dollar is strong. If I'm going to be confident in a long-term breakout in metals for gold to head back to all-time highs, I need dollar weakness, and the dollar is seeing no weakness. I need this 6-month lower high on the dollar to be set, and we don't have any indication that it is being set. If you want to see, as I said this in a recent video, if you want to see the metals break out big time, you set a 6-month lower high on the dollar and you break this multiple year equilibrium, this 5-year equilibrium, break it bare. Then you'll get your metals breakout. Oil, bulls following through, daily EMA 12 support test, a clue for the bulls, a confirmed 4-hour downtrend with no follow through. Just like SPY, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ futures, 4-hour bull trend with 0 follow through, zoom out and scout a bear flag. 4-hour downtrend confirmed with 0 follow through, zoom out and scout the bull flag. So continuation to a higher high, but energy sector with some weakness with the broader market at the end of the day. And again, the way that we've been topping in many individual names and many sectors, bull breaks that then lack follow through. So as I just said, I would almost like to see SPY and QQQ confirm a bear flag with 0 follow through for me to be looking bullish with some confidence. Let's see if the energy sector has a red day tomorrow, which would be a daily V-shaped bounce to a bull break, but 0 follow through. Natural gas bulls showed up today. Weekly higher low is trying to shape up. Big upper wick. 4-hour consolidation. Daily trend change is needed for a weekly higher low to be looking within this weekly tightening range. All right, hope you had a good day out there. Bears still confident. The burden is on bulls, but not giving up yet. We have to see the lows of today break tomorrow if we're going to say, yep, daily lower highs are now set. I appreciate you watching. Do good things, and I will see you tomorrow. So still in Pavones, Costa Rica, there's Baloo and Cowboy resting during the day, getting ready for their evening walk on the beach. Plant life, I don't even know what that is, but the plants and animals, again, were my favorite part. Just so many new things and new species of things that I recognize but are completely different in this environment. And that is where we lived for a month. So the beach was this way, probably about 100 feet just across a dirt road. And the yard had papayas in it and mango trees, and the monkeys would cross every morning. It was part of their path wherever they were heading for the day. And up here we had a little loft with a futon for hanging out, and down here is a kitchen and a hammock, and there's a bedroom up there and a bedroom down there. So very simple, very small and exposed, but what more do you need? So there's the hanging out spot. And ended up one night we had a scorpion in my room, and it made its way into a crack before I could get to it. So I had to sleep knowing there was a scorpion about 6 feet away from my bed. Fortunately, he did not come back, although my buddy did get stung by a scorpion literally as he was picking up his bag to leave to get driven to the airport. Fortunately, not poisonous. The yard had a nice outdoor area for grilling and having fires. Plants everywhere. There's an action shot of cracking open a coconut. You can see the strain in my neck. Those things are hard to open. I was very surprised. But when you get them open, that's the reward. The day pretty much consisted of wake up, sell the gap up open in US penny stock MJ, collect your winnings, drink some rum out of a coconut, go swim in the ocean and play with the dogs, and do it all again the next day. Ride our bikes into town and get some food. There's the little monkeys, probably spider monkeys that were going through the yard, and then they had the big howler monkeys. These guys were intense. They would yell. You could hear them a long way away as they were claiming their territory. Clearly a male howler monkey. Some more plants. I believe that's a something of paradise plant. So many species. And I love jungle hikes. So much to see. There's Cowboy with his bola de luz. One of those light balls I was talking about that we played with the little boy at the hostel. And a pretty butterfly on a pretty rock. So we'll wrap up Pavones next video, and then we'll get into present time. I keep getting these messages. People think that this is now, when this was 5 years ago. And so I got a message from someone today saying they hope I get better with my earache. And I recovered 5 years ago, but thanks. Have a good day. Do good things. See you tomorrow.